It appears we are back in the air. Yeah, the stream is running. Can you hear me, chat?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes, thank you. Awesome. Yeah. As I just posted in chat, Sonder beat DroW 2-1 in some good games here. You wanted to recap some of them, maybe? You talked about that.
Yeah, I would like to recap what happened in the. I don't know when do we actually lose you. Both of the players were eventually going up to 3 bases. What happened was that Bunny pushed out with his army, bypassing the scouting Phoenix from StrinterN. So he didn't know it was coming. He saw there was no army in the base, so he started to warp in a lot of units to try buy himself some time. He used a lot of his force fields on his army, on the ramp of his natural, baiting out 9 force fields in total, like what I counted to. And then all of a sudden, the Vikings just flew in over these force fields, start hammering on the Colossus. They were not pulled back so fastly. One Colossus went down, and from there, he didn't have the units to stop what was coming up that ramp. He didn't have enough time for him to warp in additional gateway units. I kind of disagree that he weren't up to more gateways. He had a total of 7 gateways on 3 bases, 2.5, I would say, with the saturation. So it was just a question here about not having the proper production and maybe probed too much.
But yeah, because of that, obviously. But moving on to the next game, I think we're just going to skip the commercial break here because, of course, the crash took out some minutes. So just moving into the next game, if that's all right with you.
Yes, it's okay. We don't want our watchers to pay for lost time. So I think it's quite fair that we just be moving on here into the next game.
And the next game is going to be BlackCidy versus Pink. Yeah, a PvC, but we just need everyone to get into the game here. And yeah, there we go, entering the lobby. And it's going to be on Cloud Kingdom, the first map here. And I'm just going to hit watch right away. So yeah, thank you for watching, our loyal viewers here. It's Dansk Metal Star League round number 6. I'm Ollidan, and with me is Nopziiemoo. And of course, our cameraman for this evening is our emergency guy, TNT Master. And we are loading up this game right away here. And we are ready on Cloud Kingdom. We have in the top right-hand corner from Fanatics, little academy team, we have the Pink Protoss player, Pink.
Yes, and in the bottom left-hand side of Cloud Kingdom, we do have... I don't think he kind of needs any introduction here. He's fairly known on the Danish scene. He's our Danish Terror Zerg. He will be BlackCidy. BlackCidy has been on for the Danish Starcraft scene for ages, even way before I started watching Starcraft and even concerned about playing this game. So I've seen a lot of replays with him when I was studying which races I wanted to play. And he's a really solid macro player. He doesn't like to do the things Sonder do, like early aggression and stuff like that. So looking forward to see a solid macro game out here from BlackCidy, even though it's against a Protoss.
Yeah, and also these two players has really met a lot in Wings of Liberty in our DST tours, and also our Danish Starcraft Winter and Danish Starcraft 2012 finals and stuff like that. Not the finals, but the course of those tournaments and night cups. They've met awful lot of times, and it's always been kind of back and forth. It always depended on whether Pink would do some early aggression to catch Kitty off guard. As you pointed out, he's a strong macro player. He likes the games when they move past 20 minutes. If they move past 20 minutes, his win rate goes up by like almost 100% in the PvC matchup. But in Heart of the Swarm, a lot of aggression is being thrown at Zerg players earlier and earlier by the Protoss players because of that mothership core and the ability to defend easier with it and stuff like that. So Kitty has been up for a challenge here. He needed to change up his style a little bit in order to get what he wanted out of the game, and we still see him to this day use Broodlord and Infestor sometimes, even though no one else uses it. So he really likes that, and of course that's a late game strategy. So let's see what he's going to do here. But more to the point, will Pink stop Kitty from getting to that late game?
Yes, we do have a Nexus down, early Nexus down for Pink with the Forge Orb, so he will be able to stop some Lings rushing in with the cannon just built. Meanwhile, we're seeing BlackCidy option. Oops, our cameraman is having some issues. We're seeing BlackCidy opening really safe here with the spawning pool first, because of the short rush distance here right over the middle of the map. So he's opting for a hatch after pool here, which is considerable, really safe, and it's a nice opening against Protoss. I do prefer this as well when I'm off racing versus Protoss. So just standard openings compared to which matchups we're seeing at the moment.
Yep.
Oh, actually, we see a really early third hatchery in for BlackCidy. Trying to make up for the time he lost with that spawning pool first, and he also knows that his opponent went for a really quick Nexus, so there would be no aggression coming out anytime soon here from Pink. So it's quite nice reactionary here, just grabbing that third base, start mining off, be able to have that extra lava coming up. So good play, good reading already from BlackCidy here.
Yep, and of course that just points to the fact that he wants to move this game into the later stages of this PVC, and we see the first solid here moving out to the Salnagar Tower and spots if Kitty's going to go for any kind of attack, but we both know that's not going to happen, while Pink, on the other hand, will go for some kind of harass here with the Stargate coming out. At this point, only 2 gases are taken by him, so he is going to take probably an early third behind this, not going to go for the all-inish attack here, getting up some gateways for some defense and also maybe to put on some aggression here. We do not see any proxy pylons as of yet, but the probe is ready to move out and actually plant that down. We see that downed by the 2 zealots here, but let's see what's going to happen with these 2 zealots.
I do actually like this Stargate play here, and of course he's boosting out Phoenixes. The reason why he's doing this is a lot of Zerg players are actually using Mutalisks against Protoss these days. They are really fast, and they can easily split up the Protoss army, driving them thin. The Overlord is coming in over the main of Pink, and he does see its Phoenix. So the Phoenix production will be high. So BlackCidy knows he cannot do the Muta pressure here, because the Phoenixes will just pressure them away really quick. So it's a nice solid opening, denying his opponent to go for the Mutas here. Of course, these Phoenix could be dead weight in the end, or they could be used for scouting, so he won't lose the energy on his sentries from later on when he needs the force fields. So meanwhile now these Phoenix are just flying around, picking off all the Overlords that are around on the map, denying scouting from BlackCidy, so he doesn't know what's going on at this point.
Yeah, and also we see that this proxy pylon is sitting with these 4 zealots, but here we are going to see those come up here, but Kitty was prepared. He saw those zealots long in advance, and he will surround with these circlings, and of course he has 2 queens as well, so he's going to be absolutely fine. But here we see the first 3 Phoenixes coming in here, and more zealots being warped in. Here the queen are going to be picked up, most likely not killed, as we see there are transfuse on this.
Oh, transfuse, that's great play there by BlackCidy. He's also moving his Spore Crawler up, so he cannot move in with these Phoenixes. And great micro as well from Pink. There was this queen shooting on one of the Phoenixes, but he pulled it back, so it only lost its shield and minor health. He will actually see roaches coming out now, so will he opt for pulling these up? He will do that. 2 queens coming down, start pouncing on these phoenixes, picks off 1 roach at this point, but the queens are the crucial thing here. He wants to kill the queens. Additional, double pickup here. And the spore crawler is out of range. These 2 queens will go down, and a lot of zealots being warped in here to stop the roaches. So this is really, Pink got every dime out of what he could of these phoenixes.
And it appears that Pink's third just went down by some circling run-bys here, and we see that the gateways are actually not being powered at the moment by any pylon. We see also the Immortal being a bit stuck there behind the sentry, but it got out right there, and the circling is still trying to do something, but they're not allowed to. Pink, of course, sitting here with his army, ready to defend again here. The first Immortal is going to be crucial if any roach attack are coming out from Kitty, but Kitty is not going to do that. He has the infestation pit up, although he has not yet upgraded anything. There we go. The pathogen glands, his trademark unit, is going to come out here with the brood lords and infestors. I'm sure of it, but of course first some circlings and then the brood lords later on. I'm sure he's going to go for that at some point.
Yeah, I do really like to see when players are still using infestors. A lot of players are like, oh, the infestor is so bad now due to the infested Terran does not get the upgrade anymore. And so I think a lot of links running by in the third base here of Pink, but getting shut down by force field, going to be killing some pylons, just being irritating, knowing they're there. But he's building up a nice wall right off here. So he should be fine. A cannon is coming down as well, an extra pylon to supply to power these 2 gateways. So this third is fairly safe for now. BlackCidy is taking. Holy shit! BlackCidy is like triple expanding.
Yup, behind this, he wants the gas, he wants the minerals, and right now Pink does not have anything to actually pressure that Kitty cannot handle. And we see the Phoenix still trying to kill off some queens here, and they actually got one.
When this gets in, this is really crucial. But great force field from Pink, keeping these links so they can't surround either his army or the Nexus. That's a really great force field there from Pink. I really like them.
Yeah, and they really saved him here. Also, the Colossus are out now, so it's going to be really good for him for defending against certain run-bys. Of course, the splash damage going to absolutely slaughter those tiny circling ants, I would call them. And we see the first infestors in production, and the Spire is also nearly done. But we still see these Phoenix doing some harassment in the main base, killing off Overlords and Queens here. But no Hive is yet in production, may be able to start that just after this Queen is done in the main base. But let's wait and see. Here the Phoenix going again, but they are hit by the Fungals and are picked up by the Spore Crawlers, and now only 2 remain, and they cannot really do anything. Kill of our drone.
Killing a circling, I really like. Oh, Pink, you really needed to kill that circling. It was the destiny of these 2 Phoenix. They were told, you need to kill this circling. It will change the battlefield if you don't.
Every little tiny bit counts, and also now gets out an Overlord. Yep, kills an Overlord extra here, and it's...
Oh, it's a Ling running by at the third base, trying to poke up, see what's there at the moment. But we got 2 Colossals there. The Colossals do have the range, I'm assuming. Let's see. Yes, they do have the range upgrade already. So...
Oh,
from this time,
Prism being picked off here on top of the 4th base here of Kitty. For Corruptor spotted that and took it down, so Pink not able to do his harassment he wanted to, unfortunately.
Yeah, and he even banked up a lot of mineral for this harass for a lot of zealots, I guess. He's at 1700 mineral but no gas, and he kind of wants to use these minerals. And a lot of Stalkers is being produced because he saw the Corruptors. He wants to keep the Corruptors count really low at some point because he knows these Corruptors will be morphing into the Brood Lords.
Yep, and it's just a few moments away here, the Hive from being done, and then of course the Spire will be morphed right afterwards. But here we see Pink taking a 4th base, not pushing out just yet. He wants some more splash damage, he wants some more crucial units for this, also getting out the Void Rays at this point, building a few of them, but he needs to get a good number of them in order to make them really profitable. and really strong in the air.
This is already scouted by BlackCidy. He got a little circling, stalking behind the back of Pink's fourth base. And meanwhile, his hive just finished up. He's gonna get the adrenal glands, the melee attack level 3, and the Great Aspire at the same time. So this should this timing should line up really nice and just ready to pound on this fourth base. He should be working a bit on his creep spread, I would say. So he's got some faster run passes up to that fourth base. Of course, there's an observer, so depends on how much Pink is paying attention to the creep on his fourth base. It could actually go a long way there.
Yeah, now we see more Circlings trying to run by and deal some damage here in Pink's natural expand and also try to get by. But it only killed some Zealots out in the open, and these 3 Zealots are actually being pulled out of position here, and they will be surrounded and smashed in their heads again as well. The +3 weapons are coming out here from Pink with the +3 Protoss shields actually. So he's thinking about an air transition from this, also with some Archons possibly.
Yeah, we do see that.
Temple Archives and no storms.
Yeah, and we also see the Colossal count is rather low, to be honest. He's getting in Void Rays instead and start producing a lot of Void Rays, but yes, that additional Stargate coming down now, and he's getting an extra cybernetics core. This will be a transition into airplay here for getting the double upgrades to the air. The question is the time for it? Because melee, the Circ melee attack level 3 is almost done. It's over half the way. The Brood Lords is already on the map a lot. This will be a nice timing to go in for Kitty, because his opponent is switching tech at this point. So he will have a lot of mixed units, some air, not enough to deal with the Corruptors, I assume. Doesn't have Archons. He can feedback on the Infestors, but there's a lot of Infestors to feedback on. So I would say it's looking really good for Kitty here if he uses this timing here, morphing in additional Broodlords. That could be kind of a little problem. He doesn't have anything to deal with the the Colossals instead. So
yeah, and
he may be overdoing the Broodlords at this point. Count of 8 pre these 4 that would make him go up to 12 total.
Yeah, it's a lot, and at the moment they're just going to tank for him and deal with the Colossus, and of course the heavy immortal count. There are a lot of immortals down on the field at the moment compared to what we usually see against Circlings.
Yeah, the immortal, he got a really terrible composition for taking this engagement. I don't know what Kitty is waiting for. He might be afraid he's just getting the last morphins, but at this point, if he went in here to do the attack, it would be so damn much effective against this. He only got 2 Tempest to stop this. Yeah, also, the Tempests are kind of given away now.
Actually, Kitty could have also moved up to the top left of Pink's 4th base and just have the Broodlord sit there and attack down to the lower ground, because Pink would be able to, should be moving out of position to defend that. As we see right now, he has a great concave, and now the creep is actually going to near him, so I wonder if he's going to kill that off soon. But here we see actually Kitty moving up here, going to be aggressive at some point. Ooh, here we see Pink moving into a ball here.
Path. Oh, great Fungals there. Money Fungals just landing on top of entire army at this point. The Corruptors are going down really, really, really fast, but a lot of Fungal going down here. This is the way that you're going to utilize these Infestors now. Just keep Fungaling them down, making these Broodlings just go in and keep on knocking on your opponent's unit. You cannot stop that for happening. And now the siege is on. The Broodlords is there. They got no support units though, but and 4 Tempests is there. He will need some Corruptors really, really soon to deal with this.
Yeah, and we see 10 in production, so he should be fine. And he could actually move up again and push for another attack. We see him having taken also more like a macro hatch in the lower right-hand corner here, so he should have enough lava for that. And here we go again. The Immortals and Colossus are being caught out because there are no support units for that. The Stalkers are behind these. And also we see the Tempest now doing the damage versus Corruptors, and we see that Kitty is going to pull back before he loses too much at this point. It's 1-1 for the air upgrades in Kitty. And we see that pink has 1-1 for the as well and 3 for shields. And here we see again these stalkers need to be careful because these brootlings deal so much damage at this point. Now we see the corruptors come in here again.
They blink forward right under the stalkers, killing off a lot of stalkers here, but they will manage to kill the Tempest off. A lot of the Tempest here. There's got 1 Tempest left. A lot of infested Terrans morphing in underneath them as well, killing off all the Tempest. This is so terrible for pink. He got no army left. Look at that. He got 2 White Rays, 4 stalkers, 5 stalkers, sorry. And the siege just continues here.
Yeah, and we see this pink allowed Kitty to take a lot of bases at this point, and also allowed him to move past the 20-minute mark without anything really happening to him that should startle him. Also, Kitty showing absolutely phenomenal hold against any kind of push or little harassment Pink had thrown at him at this point. So now Pink is on his back foot, standing a bit wobbly at the moment. Kitty, of course, really loving the situation right now, being maxed versus a half of his supply count opponent. So that this is, third base
Pink is trying to do a base. He only knows that this base is up. He doesn't know the south position or the 6 o'clock position is up for BlackCidy, and it's been for a while. But I do really disagree with Kitty moving back here. He should just keep on the siege on the third base. He got a superior army. He's up 90 supply. His opponent have no economy. He cannot produce units fast enough to stop this.
Yeah, but
instead of pulling back, and he said, "Oh, I lost the hatchery." Well, bro, you got like 3 more than your opponent at this point. You got so much economy, and he killed off a lot. So I do really disagree with him moving back here. There is a lot of Archons, of course, sure, but look at the Brood Lord count. The Brood Lord count is so high.
Yeah, and also the Corruptor count is getting up there, and he needs to actually engage this before the Void Ray count gets high enough so that it will deal with the Corruptors instantly, because the Infestors are losing energy each time they engage, so they're not really that stable of a unit at this point in the game. But the Corruptors are, and these Void Rays could be a potential danger of those, but he has stopped producing them. And now Archons are what he's going for. And now, of course, taking the 4th base back and rebuilding some probes. But this is going to be really dangerous. Good fungals there. Locks keep Pink in place. And here, Storms come out on Corruptors, but they're going...
Doesn't give a shit about the Storms. There's so many Storms to eat all this Psionic Storm here. And now they will be morphed into Archons, but there's so much army here. This is the entire army of Pink. And it's just GG's out here. He doesn't want to track this any further. I'm really just... disappointed in Kitty not just keep sieging off his opponent third base. He lost the top base, and that was too frightening for him.
Yeah, well, also he wanted to secure the lead, I guess. Get ahead and then get further ahead, because he knew he was ahead, and he just wanted to get some energy and just get ready, and he didn't want to lose a mining base. He was so far ahead that he said, okay, a few seconds at my base would not damage my grasp on this game, so it should be absolutely fine. And on that bombshell of a game, we are going to take 1-minute commercial break here while we load up the next replay. So yeah, please stay tuned, and thank you for watching. Yep. Hello and welcome back to Dansk Metal Star League round number 6. It's the third series of tonight. Currently in 1-0 situation. My name is Ollidan and with me is Nopziiemoo. Nopziiemoo.
Oh, of course. At this time, I forgot to unmute my mic.
Aha! I knew it. I knew it would happen.
Yes.
But I'm just going to hit the watch button right off the bat here. And it's going to be game number 2 between these two giants, Pink and BlackCidy. And we're going on to Daybreak, which the loading screen does not reveal for us. But it is actually going to be Daybreak here. Of course, a map really suited for Kitty's playstyle, but also maybe Pink, depending on what he wants to do. And we have here in the lower left-hand corner on Daybreak, the Pink Protest player, Pink. And he is, of course, playing for Fanatics Academy team.
Yes, and in the top right-hand corner of Daybreak, we do have our Danish power circ, BlackCidy. I just think he's one of the, besides Sonder, at this point, he is one of the best circ. I would say those two are the best circ players in Denmark. They're quite even. Was it in round 2 we casted BlackCidy and Sonder?
They haven't played each other yet. They are in separate divisions.
Ah, okay, my bad. So then it was Thorminator or something. I just remember at a CVC with one of these guys where it was just intense micro from one of the persons, and I do really like the way these two guys play. They're so solid, both with the macro game, but Sonder is more aggressive, which is why I do like him more. He's doing more pressure. Meanwhile, BlackCidy is just sitting home in his base, is just defending whatever comes up.
Yeah, he likes very much to play the Wings of Liberty style of Zerg, you know, just tank and sit at home, being a fortress, impenetrable to any kind of attack. And then once he has what he wants, then he's just going to open the gates and let the flood come out and simply send the tsunami of Zerg units towards his opponent and overpower him that way. As a lot of the time it works for Kitty, apparently it doesn't for anyone else because nobody else uses the old Wings of Liberty style of play anymore. We see Sonder has made the transition, and also Avekatten and Thorminator. They are playing the good new Heart of the Swarm strats with the Hydras and stuff like that, being more aggressive and maneuverable in the late game. But here we see a slight block here from Pink against Kitty, but it's not going to be a big deal, as we see it's just like 10 seconds off his opponent's Nexus. So good game here so far by these two players, not messing up yet. So it's going to be interesting to see if Pink is going for the Stargate again this time. I believe he would do so because it's still a good map for Stargate play with the Phoenix and all that. Also with the to get the scouting in and see what your opponent is doing. While BlackCidy is, I'm sure he's going to go for the same thing. We have seen him go for Mutalisk on Daybreak before, but it's very rare he pulls that one out of the hat. And when Pink is going for Stargate first, it should not be his tech choice.
Something I would actually have loved to see from Pink this game is what he did in the Wings times. Going for proxy Robo or proxy Stargate to apply some pressure, catching BlackCidy off guard. He knows BlackCidy is such a macro heavy player, so throwing some aggression at him might be the key to victory here, because last time he just sit back getting his army, but his army was never the same size or could never actually compete with the army of BlackCidy. Not even the first engagement where he had a huge army. BlackCidy just the Brood Lords were just this much better because he caught them off guard in a transition. So I would love to see some kind of proxy play, but we are not going to see this time because 2 bases are up. Macro is going on for both players. Third hatchery is going down this time as well after seeing the Nexus from Pink. So same mirror openings again. Let's see what Pink can put out of it this time. I really do hope that he does some aggression here. +1 is on the way, so could be an indication that he wants to do a +1 timing maybe.
Could be. or he's just going to get it in order to defend, because no extra gateway have been added, and then we see the Stargate go down again. I was about to say we could see him go for an extremely early third, as we see BlackCidy going for early third here, and so he could actually just take advantage of the mothership core and its power in defense mode, and just take an early third and play off the fact that Kitty is also playing quite greedy. But nope, it's a Stargate, and Kitty also threw down a Roach Warren actually, like a minute before we usually see him do it. So either he's spooked by something, or he just wanted to get it earlier than usual. Since there's nothing really coming from Pink at this point. There's the same pressure coming out, but he should again be just fine against this, because there are no air the Phoenix here just yet. So yeah, again, should be fine. He's gonna
scout it again. He knows exactly what he's up against. So he could do what he used to in the last game. He cannot go Mutas at this point. I would say going Mutas now is not an option, because of the Phoenix count getting up. And the Robo is there as well, and we're going to see an Observer, I'm quite sure, out of the Robo pretty quick, to maybe go deny some starting creep spread when it starts. But again, no additional gateways yet up for doing this. I do not like this kind of Stargate play unless it's Oracle play, I guess. Unless if he commits to more Phoenixes, he will do. He will need to apply some pressure with this, and this is already stopped by BlackCidy. He knows what's going up. He starts to move his Overlord back home, sending Lynx out for scouting instead, and got Spore Crawlered as at both of his all three bases. So this is already shut down, and Lynx going on to the third base here, might be denying this third base here. I would assume so.
Yeah, he may. I think he's going to be able to keep this third base alive for now, but he may lose a sentry here. No, Kitty trying to do something, but he could not quite decide what he wanted to, so he lost some circlings, and now he pulls right on back.
That's great micro here from Pink, not losing that sentry. Like I mentioned out in the Bunny game, in the start here, we kind of need every unit to be here. You don't want to lose anything. You don't want to give anything up yet. So we got 3 Phoenix moving to the natural, just chilling out there. I think it's a good position to chill out. They will scout the 4th base from Kitty here, and this time the 3rd base is up for Pink. He will have the better economy compared to that game before, so he might be in an advantage this time, or at least in a better position than last time where it got cancelled for him. So.
Yeah, he was prepared for that this time. Yeah. And we see a Phoenix go out and harass here, but they only pick off a Queen at this point, it looked like, and the
lot of drones now going down. It's great micro here again by Pink. He's actually showing good micro with the Phoenixes, not letting them die at all to Spore Crawlers or anything else that's going to come at them. We see the Spore Crawler moving out. If Pink sees this, Kitty sees this, he should be able to go and grab the other Queen again. A lot of Lynx coming into the natural, or at least on the way to the natural here. This is scouted by the Observer, of course, so the Sentry should be able to force field this out, and no, he's not going to force field it out. This is huge. He's going to catch off a lot of units here, and he cannot force field this in. A lot of units died that didn't need to die. Oh, he actually saved the Sentry. That's great. So 2 Zealots dying. So that's fair, okay, compared to he was not ready for this.
Yeah, also if we look at the units lost tab, he lost 400 resources at this point, and Kitty has lost 1,500. So still playing really effectively, but and also gets the scout out every single time, with these Phoenix Eye moving around about. And now we see the Spire getting up here for BlackCidy, and the Hive almost completed as well. Wonder if Pink actually spotted that. No, he did not spot the Spire nor the Infestation Pit, so he does not know 100% what is up, but I think he can suspect what his opponent is doing. But here you see Pink again going for the 4th base instead of the timing here to hit before the Brood Lords and Infestors are out. So he's just going to play the same style, and I feel like Kitty has read that and knows how to play against it, so this will be...
This is kind of risky again here. Of course, he's better. He's in a way better position this time with the economy here. Pink. He's only got 1 in gas on his 3rd base. This must be a misclick. He got 2 drones, probes there, just standing right outside it. He doesn't know this. He will reckon this soon because of the gas will be coming down so slow. But he's got a way better economy to dealing with this. And meanwhile, he transferred a lot of probes, which is good, but he's not still using these 2 probes or anything. He's in the middle of a transition again here, which allows Kitty to get up his spine crawler wall, getting up his corrupt account, and the greatest buy is almost done here. And a long time ago, the pathogen glands were completed, so it's going to be the complete same style again here from Kitty. But against, I hope this time, a more solid army. A lot more White Race is already out. He skipped on a Colossals. So, and the Tempest is here, and a lot of air upgrades and shield upgrades for the Archons as well. So I think Pink is way better off this time. He got his 4th base. He's now coming up. And meanwhile, he's still not fixing this problem at his 3rd base with the gas. But he's way better off this time with his economy, Pink. So this could actually be a better position for him. And also, BlackCidy just expanding now to a 5th and 6th base where he was so much faster on 6 bases before. So this is way more even.
Yeah, and... but still it's looking really good for Kitty here. And of course, if Kitty wins this game, it's going to be a 2-0 victory for him, and he's going to put him at the same amount of points as Pink, so they're going to share 2nd place in this in their division. So Kitty really wants this to happen, and Pink, of course, wants to have his lead. So he needs to win this, of course, in order to get those crucial points and
5th base
stay ahead.
Just got denied from... for Pink here, moving his
he's not even
up.
trying to defend it until now. And
there's actually no reason. He's scouting a 6th base here in the south position for Kitty. I would say there's no reason yet for getting this 5th base. His mineral line is well saturated at the natural. A lot of minerals left there still. 3rd base is almost full as well, and the 4th base even got a few left in the main base, so he's fine economically. It's not required for him to get the 5th base yet. Maybe for the gas though.
Yeah, maybe because it's quite low, and when he's going for this heavy air composition, it's really important to have the gas out in order to get the upgrade. He's transitioning 100%, as you pointed out, and also getting up a Warp Prism with the Warp Prism speed upgrade to put on some harassment around the map. But here we see triple Void Ray being pushed out of these Stargates as rapidly as he can. Having also 3 Tempest out at the moment, and they're really gas intensive. And now we see that Kitty just moves a bit forward with these Brood Lords, making sure that Pink knows I'm here and ready to go at all points in time. Also, we see a circling run by again, moving up towards the 5th, back, and then forward again.
It's gonna get denied so fast with the Tempest and the Colossus. So. Pink, I keep watching your 2 probes not doing gas. It's not because your micro is so awesome at the moment. It's actually because you're missing these 2 guys in gas. But we got some pressure here at the 5th base, just cleaning up a lot of cannons, so it's not that defensive anymore. All the cannons goes down, but he got a lot of money to rebuild those, so this should be no problem. Instead of going for the gas, it goes directly for the minerals. I would put these 6 guys he got up there in gas, because his build is more gas intensive, and he got a lot of guys on minerals already. He got the 7 on his main base. He got 10 in his natural and almost a full saturation, a third at 4 as well. So maybe put these guys in gas pink. You need the gas. You don't need minerals.
Yeah, now we see Pink moving up here towards his opponent's base, killing off some creep, having that observer also at the front here to spot what is going on. And we see Kitty moving back. He needs to pull back here, but he needs to also wait for these slow lords that is really far behind. And here we see the Corruptors engaging with the Void Rays, not doing anything, being absolutely murdered here, but good fungals getting out here from Kitty. And here we see the Brood Lords come into the fight and actually demolish the ground army, but still a lot of air units remain, but a lot of corrupted Terrans here, infested Terrans, sorry, is actually also down beneath, killing off the air. And now there's just Tempest left and they're doing nothing. And also an Oracle was sniped off right there. Did not see where that came from, but it died, so who cares?
I would say, even though he lost a lot of Colossals, it's nice trade here for Pink, because he made his opponent only Broodlords left. It equals his ahead now on the air battle because of the Void Rays, because of the Tempest. He will be able to kill a lot of that's a lot of Corruptors morphing in though, but he will be able just to focus these Corruptors down. And the Infestors, where did he go with all his Infestors?
They disappeared. He has 7 left, and they are at the bottom far side of the map here, being tucked away, safely hidden away from anything that could potentially kill him. But here we see him moving around here again, trying to take a base here, and take the last space of this map. And
he got enough energy for 2 fungals. This is, oh, look at this. If he's not gonna land all of the fungals here. If those charge slot had hit the Infestors, that would be a disaster. But he gets the feeling of how many Void Rays is his opponent up to. He will be warping in a lot of Zealots. Pressuring this 6th base of Kitty, forcing him to move across the map with his Broodlords. This puts his Corruptors out of position, and a lot of Corruptors are going to die now. There is no support units. Also, a new round of Infestors came in, so he's going to hold this off for now. A lot of Zealots pounding on these Infestors, which is good. But, oh my god, a lot of Corruptors died as well. Units lost is still in favor of Black Kitty on the resources sides, if we look at that way. But I'll say Pink is getting up to a nice air army here. It's gonna be, and just adding in the single Colossals here to deal with a lot of the Broodlings. I do like his composition at this point.
Yeah, with the Void Rays, they are dealing so much damage to the air. But at the moment, Kitty has so many Corruptors out, and with the Fungal and the Infested Terrans, he has quite a nice anti-air for himself here. And Pink, of course, having made that tech switch into air, is kind of stuck on it. It would be somewhat foolish, or you feel like it's foolish to change away from that again when he has invested so much into it. And now he's trying to get up a really expensive composition here again and make it really worth it. And also getting the Dark Shrine in order to harass around the map with some of his Warp Prism that he is going to build at some point. He has the speed for him, so some must come out. And also we see the 2 Zealots here denied the 7th base here up at the top from Kitty, and now they move down to the 4th, but there are crawlers here to deny that. Also, we see Kitty at 68 workers, so he still has a lot, even though he builds up a lot of static defense at this point. But he looks fine, except for the fact that these 2 Zealots with the plus 3 2 upgrades are really difficult to kill, and they are wreaking havoc at this 4th base. But here we see the engagement from Pink and Kitty going on here. Corruptors coming in from 2 sides, not stacking up for the Storms to kill them all again like we saw in that game. Good Funkers coming out on all the Void Rays, but still amazing Storms dealing a lot of damage to these Corruptors and Broodlords, but the Broodlords take the most of that because they are so tightly clumped up. But the Corruptors still trying to deal with this, but they're sniped off quite easily. But the Infested Terrans are really the saving grace here for those Corruptors. They are not flying paperweights They are flying rocks, going to smash some face. And here we see the Nexus being focused down by this mass of infested Terrans, and it's gone, and Pink is really far behind now, to be honest. Down in supply, down in units, does not have the income to really, or the bank to really reproduce anything at this point. So he is in a lot of trouble. Kitty just pulling back for now, licking his wounds and preparing for another strike. He has built up a lot of new Corruptors, but to be honest, that's way too many Corruptors, as we see Pink not having the gas or the money to build any giant air force. So he should be building a lot of ground force, as we see here. A lot of Blink Stalkers has been warped in here with some High Templars behind it as well. So this is looking really, really good for Kitty here again, and Pink in a lot of trouble.
The Corruptors is just chasing this single War Prism around at the second natural. I mean, the natural base, it goes down there, and now as Link's going on to that 7th base, I would guess, yes, the last base on the map not taken at the moment, and denying this base from Pink. It's 400 minerals just down the drain there. So.
Yeah, and Pink so desperately needs those minerals at the moment. He's trying to rebuild his air force here, but building one Tempest at a time is not going to be what's going to save him here. And we see Kitty morphing in more Broodlords, and he's also building more Infestors. So this is really good for him. Just now starting up +3 armor for air, but yeah, he could have done a lot for him earlier, but now he's getting it. I'm wonder if he's going to sit around and wait for it to be finished, which I don't agree with if he chooses to do it, but I don't think he will. He should realize he is really far ahead and just push in and kill his opponent right away.
Yeah, we just see the Queen's just transfusing all of the army of Black Kitty. Nice, utilizing the mechanics there. It's gonna get to that point again where the Broodlords will dominate the ground and killing off a lot of Stalkers, so you cannot hold down the Corruptor count. A few invested Terrans just being popped out to scout here, dealing with that pylon and the probes. We'll see this, so no Nexus going down, even though I think that was what it was going up there for. Is 400 minerals just passed for a Pink, but he's building up his army again. Now he's back again with his 4th base, instantly saturating it. But now it's getting crucial for Pink with the money. He's almost down to. He's got a lot of units in his main bay, a lot of probes. He might want to either, let's say, throw away or put them in the gases on the 4th base. Same. Almost goes for the natural, but only 1 left there. So.
Yep, and actually Pink is nearing max here again, while Kitty is moving on forward, putting down some preliminary storms here. A lot of storms are ready, but they're being used in thin air. But now they're doing something. But here we come again with good Funkles that actually storm on top of his own army here. Pink being a bit flustered here, using a lot of storm, but still Kitty has the massive force here to push through and building more Corruptors behind this.
This is the killing blow right here from Black Kitty. We just saw like 180 supply from Pink going down the drain in 10-20 seconds, I would say, because of these infested Terrans. He couldn't get his High Templars into the front to feedback these infestors, which I would guess his idea was. So nice, solid macro, Wings of Liberty style from Black Kitty, taking this series 2-0.
Yeah. So that's going to put him with the same amount of point as Pink with the 5-1 in series. So they're going to have 6. Wait. Yeah, something along those lines as Pink won this game. He's going to take the position away from Pink here. But of course, that will be updated in the brackets later on. But we will take a quick 3-minute break here, while we are going to find Vium's replay and watch him play against Thorminator in the 2nd Super Division. And I'm Ollidan, and with me it's Nopziiemoo, and we will be right back. Thank you for watching. And we are back. And I just asked if our observer was ready, and yes, he is. And we are back with Dansk Metal Star League round number 6. The 4th series of this evening, this night, is going to be between Thorminator and Vium. Of course, Vium playing for AT Gaming. And we have it it is yet another PVC. I'm trying to get that out of my mouth. And Nopziiemoo is typing sup bros. Hello chat, and I'm just going to wait for this observer to change some settings, and I'm just going to start the game right off the bat here. Clicking the watch button, and we are going into New Planet S. And both players here looking good in their Super Division, but Viewmaster not quite in the top 4, while Thorminator is just in there barely with pros 3 points, while Viewmaster has -2. So this game could mean a lot. It could put Vium at 0 points and Thorminator at 1 point. If Vium take this 2-0, and then he would be really good looking at next week, where he has a chance of moving into the top 4 in his Super Division. So again, this is the last few rounds we are in at the moment, so it's going to be really nail-biting to see what's going to happen, especially in Super Division 2. But we start off here on Neo Planet S. In the lower left-hand corner, we have the teal Zerg player, and it is Thorminator.
Yes. We do have in the top right-hand corner our orange Protoss, Vium. I recall Vium being really greedy against Zerg, and when he did this against Sonder, he ended up on this exact same map getting proxy hatched and rushed by roaches. So I'm looking forward to see if he want to go for that Nexus first style builds again. Doesn't seem so. It looks like he learned his lesson, going for the gateway first here. So he kind of adjusted his game to Zergs now. So that I like to see this. Looking forward to see how he progressed on his PV set. And we see the safe opening coming out from Thorminator here as well, getting the spawning pool first to deny any kind of weird rushings, pylon blocking, and such things. So fairly safe here on for both sides, opening really defensive.
Indeed they are, and the strange thing is Vium is building that defensively with the pylon at his ramp in order to maybe block off with buildings or just have a easier time warping in at the front. Oh, just a short pause there, but both players should be fine, it appears. And now we see that Vium is going to build a quick sellout here before expanding and building a mothership cone, where we saw his counterpart in what's named StrinterN. Wait, not StrinterN. Yeah, StrinterN. It was StrinterN, right?
Come again, sorry, in which game?
No, it was DroW. Sorry, it was DroW, where he went for the expansion before any kind of units were out. But here we see Viewmaster actually canceling this sellout and just goes for the Nexus. So it's just a precaution he's taking in order to be safe against any early circling pressure.
I do like that play out from Vium there. It's become such a standard. If you're also watching other streams or the WCS, a lot of Protoss during this gateway opening start doing the sellout until they realize, okay, no circlings is incoming, so I can just cancel it, get my natural. This type of play starting as a new Protoss meta, I do really like it. A lot better than the usual Forge expand. So lovely to see that Vium is actually using that as well.
Indeed, and now he's going to wall off with the Forge and a
gateway.
Gateway, is it a gateway? Yeah, this is a gateway while he's building his robotics facility right up in his main base. So of course, I believe that robotics facility going to be used for an observer first, and then he's going to spot what his opponent is doing. And let's talk about Thorminator for just a second. We left him out completely here, as he's getting more creep out here with one extra queen, and of course also getting his injects right on the money here, building up a lot of workers, not building a third just yet, as we saw Kitty do really early. Also, this map is a bit more difficult to defend than, of course, Cloud Kingdom and Daybreak, but it's still doable.
Yeah, if you want that quick third base here on this map, I would prefer for him go to 4-queen play, getting that creep spread a lot faster out. This will also make him safe against the Stargate opening, but he's just not opting for this at this point. Taking double evolution chambers and going for some. I think no, he did. He's not getting the lair as well, so he'll just be taking tech. Soon we'll get a third base. I'm quite sure of that. Not pressuring anything. Also not taking a lot of gas, so this means there would be no muta play as well, and there goes the third base from Thorminator. So just taking up slowly, steady, focusing on his macro at this point. And he can do this because he knows there would be nothing coming out from Vium at this point. There's a few Immortals coming out, not being chrono, so not any attacks going out. Warp Prism out here is going to warp in a few Zealots to deny this third base when he actually wants to warp in some
units, but he's not.
Yeah.
He does it right there, but yeah, Thorminator has spotted this. But only a few circlings. Here we come with the rest of the circlings coming in here. But Vium Master here is going to go up to 7 gateways and a immortal. Oh wait, yeah, 8 gateways. It's 8. Let me count. Ding, ding.
Oh, there they go. Oh,
8 gateways and double immortal here. So he's going to go for a really aggressive play here with these immortals and, of course, the large amount of gateways. He's just going to warp in zealots instead of sentries, so there's not going to be force wheels.
It's going to drop the immortals, I think. Gonna go in, and there's a lot of circlings just going to get demolished there. He doesn't see the immortals that he knows is there, so he will assume they are in the warp prism. Nice warp ins going on now. Might need a few sentries to split up the entire army, so his immortals won't get killed that fast. A nice creep spread going on now from the Thorminator. That's a lot of circlings and a lot of static defense. So this should be able to be held off. I think this shouldn't do that much. Oh, of course, the warp prism just keep on warping in units. It's going to take a bit overhand here. Nothing that he should not be able to hold. A lot of links coming out here. Roach Warren infestation pit is coming up. So he has no roaches to deal with this kind of attack. And now the Immortal's coming down. Okay, he killed these spine crawlers off way too fast for him to hold this attack. So now the Natural's going down and Thorminator just GG's out. I actually thought he would have had that one with the spore crawlers down. He had a lot of static defense. You were actually preparing for this, but no transfuses from the queens. I'm not sure if he actually had the energy for it though. But maybe that could have saved him.
Yeah, but yeah, in the end he only had circlings and he went for that infestor circling heavy style, which could not deal with the zealots because he had only circlings when they attacked, and that was a nice timing by Vium Master. I don't think he actually spotted what his opponent was doing, so it was more like a thing he pulled out and said, okay, whatever, if you have roaches, a lot of them, I'm not going to do as much here. Maybe depends on how you micro against my mortals or how I micro my mortals and my warp prism, but I'm just going to smash your face in and try to kill you right here with this game-ending move. And in the end it worked out, and that's kind of Vium's signature. He goes for those aggressive builds and goes for those not as popular builds, to kill his opponent early and all get an advantage. We never really see him go on to 4 bases in any matchup.
Or at least he learned that against Zerg versus Sonder, I guess. Trying to do double expansions, and that's going to go. And Sonder, of course, producing roaches as well, but it's not talk about that match. Clever play here by adding on that additional gate, pushing out 2 base, especially when he completely left his opponent in the dark. So I would say the scouting from Thorminator should be better in game 2 if there's going to be any kind of 2 base pressure again from Vium Master.
Yeah, and we're just going to take a quick 1-minute commercial break as we load up the second game of the series. Vium currently leading 1-0, and we will be right back. Stay tuned. And we are back. The commercial break is over, and we're waiting for everyone to get into the lobby. And there we go. Of course, this is game number 2 in the second to last series of this evening, and it is Dansk Metal Star League round number 6, and Thorminator versus AT Gaming Vium Master. And Nopziiemoo, are you with me?
Yes, I am. I was just watching a hilarious movie that Hobbit in the chat posted with Apollo wanted to do rock, paper, scissors with the MC and WCS, and didn't look like that. Let me just put it that way.
On that bombshell, we're going to start the match. And of course, this is Newkirk District between these two players. And let's see what will happen here. Vium Master obviously likes this map in his PvP, but will he like it in his PvZ, as it is usually surrounded by the fact that you are going to go up to 3 bases or more before you attack your opponent. But let's see what will happen in this game, as we have Thorminator, the teal Zerg player, spawning in the lower left-hand corner on Newkirk Precinct.
And in the lower right-hand corner, we got Vium picking up a decent win in that last game with that immortal pressure. Nice micro, getting him up in the that's called the flying thing. Yes, I lost my words for
Warp
it.
Prism.
Warp Prism, yes, guys. Nice macro with that Warp Prism dancing and such things. This time he's going to show, with the pylon on the low ground, he might be a bit more ballsy this time, going for that Nexus first that I've been jinxing a lot. No offense, but...
Yeah, well, it sure looks like he's going to go for the Forge Fast Expand or the Expand before Forge here, depending on what he sees with his probe in his opponent's space. But he's not going to see any early pulls whatsoever, so he might as well just get up to 15, 16 workers here and then put down the expansion. Yeah, he sees the pool come down there at 15, so yeah,
it's a bit delayed, yeah.
A bit late. He might throw up the Forge before the Nexus, but I don't think he should do that. It's relatively safe to just throw it down like immediately.
Yeah, it should be fairly safe what he's doing here. Now just blocking off his opponent, meanwhile getting his own expansion up and going here with that 400 minerals. So fairly safe build here from Vium, delaying his opponent a bit with distracting him, like, do I want to take my hatch first, or do I just want to do some safe builds because there's already a probe in my base? So it's gonna look decent this time for Vium doing this build.
Indeed. And currently Vium Master is scouting around the map with this probe, and of course going to put it in the top corner here. Going to save it for now so that it can go in and scout a third base and maybe put down proxy pylons for later. No proxy buildings or tech buildings, I would rather say, is going to be put down in this time frame by Vium. Maybe later we'll see, because Vium is again known for doing aggressive styles and proxy builds, especially versus Protoss, where he always uses his proxy or semi-proxy Stargate to take good aggressive wins. And we see here he's trying to make the wall at the front here with the forge and the gateway and the cybernetics core, but it's such a huge ramp, so it's going to be a lot of surface area for him to cover. So this pylon is going to be the weakest link in that defense, but it should be fine for now. Also, we see that Thorminator just now finishing up his second base, building workers at the moment, also getting his gas for that speed upgrade. And here we go. Will he go for speed? He should be going for speed. Yeah, there we go. He's going up to speed now and continues to mine gas, so that he might do like Sonder actually to get the pneumatized carapace for the overlords, you know, so they move faster, and he's going to be able to scout what his opponent is doing, because it's such a big main base again that it's going to be really difficult for him to actually move in and take that information. But we see now Vium Master's probe out in the middle of the map, moving about, scouting what is up, and it's going to move down to the third base location, and it will see no expansion at this point. But again, if Thorminator goes for the same thing he did in the last game, he will put up a third eventually, but not as fast as we saw BlackCidy do. And here the scout is denied. It spots that there are no gas at that gas geyser in the natural expand, but that does not really matter at this point. WO chambers coming out here from Thorminator, not having the gas, in my honest opinion, here to actually support that. But we will see what he will end up doing with this. Okay, getting the gas now, but still a little
the build looks quite similar to what he did before.
Yeah.
And this time Vium is a bit later on his robotics. He doesn't even show what tech route he's going to go now. He's actually supply blocking his opponent a big supply. No, not a big, because there's three overlords coming out. But he doesn't show which kind of tech he wants to go. It looks like no additional tech being added on, just a lot of gateways. Gas is going to be taken on the natural now. So it's going to be interesting to see what he does, because no Immortal can get out of this choke he's actually shedding himself into. So pure gateway units pressure.
Yeah, maybe it's not really Vium Master's style to go for 2-base gateway aggression. He usually goes for 3-base gateway aggression. But here we see the Stargate coming out from him here. So Stargate pressure, I don't know, it's kind of a late Stargate, but if it catches Thorminator off guard, it might be worth it. Oh, a gateway or two is being added here.
Thorminator is actually moving in his base now. He just needs to position his overlord just a tiny bit to the left, and the Stalker is actually being warped in. Two Stalkers being warped in underneath this Stalker. Won't not be able to see the Stargate. Actually, I thought it was double Stargate, but now just one Stargate. Banelings incoming now as well. This could potentially be a problem. Not having any Hydras or taking the third, so we could actually support Hydras. There's a drone going up, taking a third base. It looks like, yeah, it should be taking the third base now. But he has no creep spread at all. He has no 4-queen play to defend the Stargate that will come in, or actually spread the creep decently so he can maneuver between his bases. I would say putting his third base up here is a terrible spot compared to his creep spread, but his choice of act. Hiding all his links in the top here. Down moving into to try to bust in this main base. I think some banelings will be morphed in really soon, splitting up, not giving away. He has a lot of circlings, so nice. Oh, need to and a block there. That's really nice. Blocking the third base and sniping off the probe. That's just being annoying as hell.
Yeah, but we see that the Oracle from Vium has just entered the main base of Thorminator, and it killed off a worker, and now it's actually killing off a queen straight off the bat here. So, and now it's just getting the last remaining workers in the main base, but it's rapidly running out of energy. So, its minutes are, out, and it needs to go regenerate or buy a new cell phone disposable card here in order to get some energy. But it's going to wait and sit around. But yeah, still got 7 kills in total and screwed a bit with Thorminator's mindset here and main base. So but it should be fine at the moment. He's going up to Hive Tech, and Vium again only just now starting his third base up here, and he has no splash damage at the moment. He's getting the robotics bay, but it's just now finishing up. So he's still a bit vulnerable to mass ling attacks, also because he has a very few amount of force fields at this point.
But look at all the Zealots though. The Zealots are not that upgraded yet. The +1 armor is on the way.
Another hallucinated Scout Phoenix is coming out. He does have a lot of energy on the mothership core, full energy, so a lot of fields will come down to slow the links. Time Warp will come down to slow the links, so the Zealots have some decent ground to kill these links in. I'm just wondering with this keeps producing void rays versus links at the moment. Oh, this is actually nice. He's producing void rays because he have only seen links, and the way that Thorminator is playing this ling transition directly into the Ultralisk style, which really benefits Vium a lot with these void rays. He's blind countering his opponent.
Yeah, it's becoming a popular build here by Cirque to go to base and upgrade heavy. Oh, these circlings need to be careful, but yeah, it's becoming popular to do that. But you need to be so well at executing it, otherwise it will just blow up in your face. Because again, Vium and other Protoss could hit a timing like this in the transition period where you do not have your ultras up in time. And we see that the adrenal glands are not done yet, and +3/+3 have just now been started. So again, it's kind of a transitionary moment here for Thorminator. He's down in supply, and here we go. Double gun shield are popped, and here we go up the ramp. Okay, Fungs are coming out here, but they're also sniped really early in this engagement, and good time walks come out here on the Circles, not being able to position all that well. But the good
Colossals is just killing this off. He's not. The links didn't do enough damage to the Colossals, and the Warp Prism now coming in to reinforce his army. This is just a killing blow. I will say there's no way he can come back from this. 3 ultras in the production here, but two void rays already on the map, so there will be no chance for these ultralisks to do anything.
But if he loses the Warp Prism, he will not be able to reinforce. Okay, he saves that, moves it up to the high ground. But still, Vium needs to be careful not to do any huge micro errors, otherwise he might be murdered here. But 7 ultras should be enough to actually take down what's on the ground, but the air, as you pointed out, is still available for Vium in this case.
I would say this is the point from Thorminator where anything is gonna go really sideways. A lot of course the Ultralisks are coming out now, but lost a base, that will be lost lava. He lost his queen, he cannot transfuse his Ultralisk, he got no way to get lava back quick. He is set back so much now, so Vium could like go do whatever he wants to do with his money at this point. He could actually, if he makes these void rays focus the hatch, it would be 1 base Cirque versus 3 base Protoss, and we all know which way that's gonna go, and he will do that. So bye base. This will force a counter attack as it's on its way already. So this counter attack needs to do so much damage. He's just gonna sack his 3rd base. He doesn't even need it. So yes, he's just being able to hold this. If he gets the force field up and running, he doesn't care about these probes. He's so far behind already. Getting out additional void rays to kill these ultralisks off. And DT's here. There's no detection here. There's 4 Void Rays here. This is just killing him slowly but steady. He has nothing to do against Vium here. Vium is so far ahead. Don't even care.
Even though there's really equal on supply count, it's worker supply in Vium's favor, but he's only on 2 base economy at the moment because he lost like 22 workers here to be exact, and Vium has killed 34. So both players at a low worker count at the moment, and army supply is favoring Vium by just a little bit. And now he's actually poised to take a 3rd base yet again. So he now thinks he has the army to defend this, also because of, as you pointed out, he has more bases, so he has more income. So therefore, he must be able to take a 3rd because his army should be bigger at this point.
And we see the Oracle play in the natural here, just killing off a lot of drones, denying a lot of mining time here. He's just all over the place with this single 20 kills on one Oracle. It's an executioner.
And we see a DT drop coming into the main base here by Vium, and there again, no detection here whatsoever.
This should be... He could either... Yeah, he's got to go straight for the hive. Oh, now there's going to be Overseer morphing in. Will he scout this, or what was becoming? And a lot of more Dark Templars. There's done so much economical damage here to Thorminator. It's almost... I would say he cannot come back from this. If he does this, I would hands down buy him whatever at the next land where I see him. Whatever he wants, I just go buy him a present. I would say that. 100%. If he comes back for this.
Okay, Thorminator, come back from this, please. I want to see Nopziiemoo eat his words. But yeah, it's looking really grim for him at the moment. He still has those ultras though, so it's going to be difficult for Vium to take the win just now. But, oh, what? I thought Vium was going to take a 3rd, but he has yet to do that. Also, the hero executor, oh my god, that came out way too wrong, is up, still alive in the top side of this map. So a hero with only 4 health remaining, and now he's going to move out again here, Vium, and trying to harass the 4th base here again with the DT drops, but there are detection here, so they're not going to be able to do that. We see the Overseer coming in right there, but we see Vium still moving forward.
Look at this army from Vium. 3 mortals, a lot of Void Rays, just charging up. He's no chance here, really, and the DTs will just deal with these circlings really fast. This is just boom. Yeah, exactly. This is really, really well played by Vium. I really love to see the way he's just doing this against this Zerg player. He really played it well. He knew that he could just abandon his 3rd base. He was so far ahead with the damage he's done. Killed 2 bases, a lot of lava lost. There was just not the economy or the lava to step up to Vium's play. So really, I'm really baffled by the play Vium did here.
Yeah, he played really well, and we saw he was able to play at 3 bases for some time, but he never really rebuilt it. But yeah, 3 bases by Vium in this game, really rare. But GG, and we will take a 3-minute commercial break while we move into the last game of tonight, and it's going to be the most voted game of the Facebook poll. It's going to be Avekatten versus CupCake. So stay tuned for that, everybody, and we'll be right back.